It started like any other evening in Columbus. But what happened next turned the quiet streets into a high-speed battleground. Two teenagers, a stolen Hyundai, and a wild police chase that could have ended in tragedy. Dashcams captured it all. The sirens, the screams, the split-second decisions that made the difference between life and death. This isn't just a story about a car theft. It's a chilling glimpse into the rising wave of youth crime sweeping across America. Buckle up. This is the full story behind the stolen Hyundai chase that shocked an entire city. Newly released dashcam footage from the Columbus Division of Police reveals a shocking high-speed chase involving two teenagers behind the wheel of a stolen Hyundai. What began as a traffic stop turned into a reckless pursuit across city streets, endangering countless lives. Dive into the full story as we break down every moment caught on camera, explore who the teens are, and uncover what happened after the sirens faded. The streets of Columbus, Ohio are usually busy around 5 p.m. Rush hour paints the city in a mess of brake lights and honking horns. But on May 10th, 2024, the usual evening traffic took a terrifying turn. At exactly 6:21 p.m., the Columbus Division of Police released dashcam footage showing what would soon make local headlines and spark community debate. A high-speed police chase involving two teenagers driving a stolen Hyundai. According to the official report and now viral video, it all began just past North Cassidy Avenue, where officers attempted a routine stop after spotting a gray Hyundai Elantra with no rear license plate. When the cruiser's lights activated, the driver, later identified as 17-year-old Andre Patterson, didn't slow down. He sped up. The dashcam shows the cruiser following closely as the Hyundai runs a red light and launches into oncoming traffic. The passenger, 16-year-old Elijah Cruz, is seen briefly turning to look behind before they both vanish down the stretch of East Broad Street, engine howling. For the next 14 minutes, the chase covers nearly 11 miles, cutting across intersections, barreling through residential zones, and risking lives with every turn. Several near misses are captured on camera. A silver minivan swerves to avoid the speeding Hyundai. A cyclist throws themselves off their bike just in time, and a group of pedestrians at a crosswalk scream and scatter as the stolen car blows through a stop sign. Police radios crackle in the background. Officers coordinate with dispatch. Units block off side streets and set up spike strips along Livingston Avenue. A gamble that nearly works. The dashcam then captures the Hyundai's tires screeching as it narrowly dodges the spikes. Sparks shoot from the undercarriage after a failed attempt to hop a median. One officer can be heard muttering over the radio, "They're not stopping. Not anytime soon." And they didn't. The pursuit continues along Parsons Avenue, where the teens narrowly miss a city bus and sideswipe a parked car. By now, 4 patrol cars are involved, weaving in and out of traffic, trying to box in the stolen vehicle. Then comes the break. Around 6:04 p.m., just 2 blocks from the Southside Community Center, the teens make a wrong move. They attempt a high-speed left turn onto a narrow alley. The 2 teenagers involved in the high-speed chase with Columbus police may face several serious charges. These include grand theft auto for stealing the Hyundai, which is a felony offense, fleeing and eluding law enforcement, especially since the chase endangered public safety, and reckless driving, due to their dangerous maneuvers through residential and high-traffic areas. They could also be charged with reckless endangerment, as their actions put the lives of pedestrians, drivers, and police officers at risk. Additionally, they may face charges for resisting arrest after attempting to flee on foot, as well as criminal trespassing and property damage, particularly after crashing into a private fence. If burglary tools were found in the car, they could be charged with possession of burglary tools as well, depending on the severity of their actions and any prior criminal history. There is a possibility that the court could decide to charge one or both teens as adults.
Let's blow through here. Go through it. Go through it. See, I can't see. Got through all this. I can't see, bro.
The Hyundai loses control, hits a pile of trash bins, spins out, and crashes sideways into a wooden fence behind a row of duplexes. The chase ends in seconds. Officers exit their cruisers. Dashcam footage captures the chaotic aftermath. Doors flung open, guns drawn, commands shouted. The teens attempt to flee on foot, but Andre trips over debris while Elijah is tackled just feet from the fence. Both are arrested on the scene. Later, Columbus police confirmed that the Hyundai had been reported stolen only 2 hours earlier from a grocery store parking lot on Cleveland Avenue. The vehicle's owner, an elderly man, had left it running to return a shopping cart. That moment of opportunity was all the teens needed. Under the cover of night, the streets of Columbus turned into a battleground. A man behind the wheel of a stolen semi-truck led police on a chaotic, high-speed chase that ended with wrecked cruisers, a drawn handgun, and a city stunned by what the dashcams revealed. This is the full story of Gregory Ivory, the man who turned midnight into mayhem. It began like any other fall night in Columbus. The streets were quiet, the air was cool. Streetlights cast long shadows over sleeping neighborhoods. But that calm would soon be shattered by the deafening roar of a stolen semi-truck and a chase that felt more like a runaway freight train than a police pursuit. At around 10:02 p.m. on October 22nd, 2024, a report came in. An 18-wheeler had been sitting idle behind a gas station off Refugee Road, engine cold, lights off, driver unresponsive. When two Columbus officers arrived, they didn't expect much. A sleeping driver, maybe a medical emergency. But the second they approached the cab, the truck roared to life. In the driver's seat was Gregory Ivory, a 42-year-old man with a troubled past. He didn't respond to the officer's commands. Instead, he slammed his foot on the gas pedal and then launched the massive vehicle forward, kicking off a pursuit that would stretch deep into the night. From that moment on, the semi didn't stop, and didn't want to. Dashcam footage captured it all, the headlights cutting through the darkness, the massive frame of the semi lurching and swaying across lanes, the screaming sirens that followed. Police tried everything. Sirens, PA systems, multiple cruisers forming a blockade. But Gregory refused to yield. The truck barreled through red lights, tore through empty intersections, and narrowly missed pedestrians still lingering on sidewalks. It wasn't just a chase, it was a moving threat. A missile wrapped in metal and diesel, tearing its way through Columbus. At one point on Alum Creek Drive, a cruiser tried to cut the truck off. The semi veered hard and plowed straight into the cruiser's side, throwing it into a fence and spinning it out. Sparks flew, steel twisted, but Gregory kept going. He didn't even slow down. It was clear. This semi wasn't going to stop. Not for a car, not for a person, not for anything. As the chase continued, the voice of an officer crackled over dispatch. Suspect may be armed. Repeat, may be armed. Officers behind the truck reported seeing a glint, something metal, lifted inside the cab, a handgun. The danger had just escalated. Still, police couldn't open fire. The risk was too high. Civilians were still nearby. Gas stations, intersections, schools. One wrong shot, one misjudged move, and the city could wake up to tragedy. Gregory, meanwhile, pushed the semi harder. The dash cams caught him swerving wildly through the south side where streets tightened and turns came fast. He crushed trash bins, scraped against lampposts, and still didn't stop.
That's why nobody's
The truck had become a force of nature, an unstoppable thing.
All right, stand by.
40
radio,
long minutes into the
westbound,
chase,
Schrock.
Gregory made a
Trying to
final
hit a
desperate
cruiser.
move. He turned
He just
sharply
five
into a
to
narrow
cruiser, just
alleyway
five to
between
cruiser.
two old warehouses.
9011. Get a squad
The
to
space was too
9011
tight.
Carl and Schrock.
The truck scraped violently against the brick walls, metal grinding like thunder until the rig finally wedged itself in place. Trapped. The roar of the engine faded, but Gregory still didn't get out.
All right, hold on.
Officers surrounded the semi with
Okay,
guns
we're
drawn,
still
shouting
westbound.
commands. For several seconds, there was only silence. Then the cab door opened. Slowly, Gregory stepped down, hands raised. His face was
Hey,
blank.
can we get some cruisers
The
up in
handgun was
front of
found
you and
later,
clear some
tossed
traffic?
inside the
Can we
cabin.
get safely by?
Loaded.
Stand by. He's going to ram you if you try to go by him. All right, he's stopping on the bridge. He's probably going to try to back up on us.
Six one three and four. Start that way as well.
That radio. All right, he tried to ram me again. I had to jump the lanes here. We're away again, westbound. Let Worthington know.
So westbound shop, Stephen 40, no traffic.
Yeah, 10, whoever's behind me, call it. Radio on primary, and someone behind me is going to call it.
No traffic. 24, call it, westbound, double tree. So westbound past Main Street, coming up on Bush. Residential, 50 mile an hour, no traffic. Westbound passing double tree. You need to switch to the cruiser radio because you're breaking up. Speed starting at 60. Cover available.
Hey, let Worthington know he's ramming cruisers. All right.
Ram Worthington cruiser, he's able to maneuver. I copy. Try to ram another cruiser. Continuing westbound into Worthington. 3 cars approved. 3 cars approved, so we got whoever's in R10 is the 1 car, 184 is the 2 car, and myself, the 9061 is the 4 car. Still westbound, just past railroad track in Worthington, I could get an address. Speeds of 30. Programs available cruisers at this point. If we can get another car that's on the pursuit to go back to the courthouse, find a victim. I'm moving to head that way. I copy. So there's special because they were hit as well.
Yeah, we got victims out here.
184, switch to your cruiser radio because you're breaking up. We just lost some wheels. You have enough to stop. Is he still moving?
Yeah, he's trying to back up and ram us again. Everybody back up.
He's down. He's trying to ram us. Where are you at? Yeah, I appreciate the 5 cars that are behind us, but 3 cars are approved, and when he stops and tries to go backwards, you guys are all in our way. So figure something else out, please.
Doors open, doors open. I think we're on Huntley radio in Worthington. Or I'm not sure radio. We're in Worthington though.
I copy. That should have been knows where you're at. Just surprised.
Coming up on Worthington PD. We're right at Worthington PD.
I copy.
And
We're getting ready to launch. Where they're at. They're on truck coming up to Worthington PD, sir.
All right, we're coming up to High Street. He's got his door open. He's got a 33 for the caller, so cars behind me, watch out. He might try to fire some 43s. He's at us here.
Chopper, there's a couple minutes. We're going to head that way. 100% David.
Southbound 23 or High Street. He's in the southbound or northbound lanes going southbound.
I come.
I'm gonna stay off the radio. Whoever's got it behind me, take it.
I've got traffic block 23 south, 270.
All right, we're coming up on 161.
I copy, coming up on 161. Where you guys at now?
We're in Worthington. We passed Howard Avenue, still southbound. Speeds are 55.
I copy, southbound passing Howard, speeds at 55.
All right, stand by. Slowing down again. He's slowing down. All right, still southbound past Shelby. And we're coming into Columbus again. And we just passed Chase. Southbound passing Chase.
I copy, southbound Shelby, passing Chase now.
All right, we're still southbound past Broad Meadows. We're back in Columbus. Let Channel 4 know. We're going to keep it on this air.
I copy, still southbound passing Broad Meadows, staying on this air.
Speeds are 50 miles an hour, and he's still southbound. We got northbound traffic coming, so stand by here. All right, radio, we're coming up on Morse Road. He's continuing southbound across Morse.
I copy, still southbound passing Morse.
Speeds are still 50 miles an hour. He's back in the southbound lane. And we just passed Beach Wall.
I copy, passing Beach Wall.
Okay, he's maintaining the 50 mile an hour speeds. And we're southbound.
Inside the truck, officers found more signs of Gregory's unraveling mind. A bottle of whiskey,
Now,
a notebook full of paranoid scribbles, and a photo of a woman and 2 children. Faces scratched
I
out.
copy, just past us.
Gregory Ivory was taken into custody without further resistance. But make no mistake, it was the alley that stopped him, not fear, not guilt, not the sirens behind him. Until that moment, he was determined to keep that semi moving, no matter the cost. He now faces a long list of charges: felony fleeing, aggravated vehicular assault, assault on a police officer, DUI, possession of a firearm while intoxicated, reckless endangerment, and the theft of a commercial vehicle. Prosecutors say his disregard for life, law, and logic means he will likely never walk free again. When the dashcam footage was released the next day, it left viewers in disbelief. The sheer size and power of the truck, the destruction left in its path, and the way it kept going, unmoved by obstacles, by commands, by the damage it was doing, became the talk of the town. It wasn't just a chase, it was a nightmare of motion, a vehicle that seemed to take on a will of its own. And the driver behind the wheel, a man with nothing left to lose, simply wouldn't stop until the city itself stopped him. And the whole world saw it, through the unblinking lens of a dashcam.
If he stops, it's a felony stop, fellas. It's a felony stop. We'll bring him to us if he stops.
That night, Columbus wasn't just chasing a stolen truck. It was chasing chaos on wheels, driven by a man who had no intention of stopping. Gregory Ivory didn't slow down for sirens, cruisers, or danger. The only thing that finally brought him to a halt wasn't fear or reason. It was a narrow alley and a wall of bricks that even a semi-truck couldn't crush. Now behind bars, Gregory faces a long list of charges and an even longer road through the justice system. The city may sleep a little easier knowing he's off the streets, but the memory of that chase, the roar of the engine, the screech of tires, the flashing lights in the dead of night, won't be forgotten anytime soon. Perhaps Gregory wasn't just a criminal. Perhaps he was a broken man running from something far greater than the law. We may never know what truly pushed him over the edge. But one thing is certain. When a 40-ton machine turns into a runaway weapon, it only takes one night to scar a city forever. And now we ask you, do you think this terrifying pursuit could have ended differently? Let us know in the comments below.